No, and Yahoo at CES.
Demo.
I mean, Mark, do you want to give it? Okay. So what we're seeing here is a companion application called Watch with eBay, and it's synchronous to what is going on the broadcast stream. And so the way we're doing it is in this example, we're using audio fingerprinting technology. Our sync mechanism, or ACR, we're agnostic to that as far as RCDB is concerned. The main value that RCDB brings is bringing relevant contextual metadata to a synced experience, no matter how you get there. And so in this case, turn on the audio here, hit listen.
Why do you always
Because I believe in you, and I believe in your ability to be a great designer.
My father doesn't feel the same way.
Raw, natural talent.
So in this case, it just listened to the audio. It now knows where we are in what program. So it picked up the Bold and Beautiful, episode 6038. I mean, this right here is the kind of reference implementation, just so you could see everything happening. It's not really indicative of what an end user
We're
experience.
designing the actual UX. This is just to show that it works.
Precisely. What you actually see is that as you're watching the program, this is the RCDB data. We know where the scene begins and ends, so we can put some scene boundaries around what you're seeing. We know exactly which actors are on screen, what characters they're playing.
Are you constantly getting fingerprinting, or you do it once for the show and then you're synced, and at that point you...
Again, that kind of depends on the ACR scenario. And so once we establish sync, I mean, we could do it in kind of a periodic check or one time and let it run on the timer. The iPad SDK in this case is very versatile in that sense. In this sense, it just synced the one time. I can actually index through and look at the rest of the episode if I want. And if I want to resync, then all I have to do is hit the listen button again.
Like when you slide back and it changes content, it's remembering all the different things cached locally on the iPad?
Yeah, everything's cached locally on the iPad.
And the identification is also done here, or is done in the cloud?
It's actually, the identification is done, we do that beforehand. So RCDB has...
No, I'm saying, but how do you, when you sync it to the show, where are you doing your fingerprinting? You're doing it here, or you're doing it in the cloud?
We're doing it here on the...
I understand.
So you've got all the show...
No. We capture the fingerprint on the device, so when it says listening, it records, and then it goes up to the cloud.
Right.
To find it.
That's what I wanted.
Sorry about that.
That's what I meant. Okay. I was impressed.
No.
Not that the other one's not impressive. That's more impressive.
So now we're back in sync, and so we have the actor data, and then we also have the product data. So unfortunately, it's going to go to credits right now, so we're not going to see a lot of products. But basically, the product data for RCDB is make, manufacturer, and then external things like a UPC tag, if that's relevant. And then that does a live eBay lookup. And then Mark's team here is actually building the consumer experience around that. Key thing is
real-time eBay searches that are surfacing.
Yeah, exactly. This one's kind of funny because the only thing we have tagged at the end here is Hollywood, California as a location. So we always get a kind of a humorous product there. But now we're back in the scene. So we can see that he's wearing a she's wearing a Volcom purple flannel t-shirt. As you can see, we haven't, this is I think eBay built this in about a day. This particular app, it's just doing the raw lookups.
We need to figure out how targeted it is, or how much inventory we want. We need to figure out, save stuff for later. When do you actually do the purchase? Preferences, right? If you're watching baseball, you want trading cards to show up all the time. There's a bunch of UX stuff that we're working on.
User-oriented things. We know she's wearing, oops, sorry, let me get this. We know that she's wearing these boots. Actually, this one's kind of fun. So I like this because you can clearly see his pendant that he's wearing. It's this little sword pendant. And that one actually comes up as a pretty good match right there. So you can go ahead, and this is a real eBay, live eBay lookup for this Dark Lord Skull Sword Solid Sterling pendant. And then you can go ahead and purchase that.